Hello everyone, welcome to Comic Entertainment. Today I'm going to be talking about what I feel is the future of comic book movies and where they're going with everything they're doing currently and what I feel is going to be coming up with the next ones that are coming and where they messed up and where they need to do better. Because let's face it, they are amazing comic book movies, but they're not the best that we've had. You can even argue that some of them have gone a bit down and some have gotten better and some have just stayed the same. Some have met expectations, some haven't. I'm not going to name anything because I don't want to start an argument in the comment section, but let's just go over like little aspects of a comic book movie. You need a hero and you need one that can relate to people, and you've done that. They've done that so far, and I really like most of the heroes that have been put on screen and they're going to be put on screen. I can't wait for Black Panther. And I'm a bit iffy on the new Spider-Man. Like I love the new actor and everything, but I'm not sure if I'm really that big excited. Not really excited for the new movie because I've already seen two reboots and I don't think that they're gonna mess it up. I mean, it's Marvel. They haven't messed up many things that have came out lately, so I think it's gonna be a good movie, enjoyable obviously, but I'm gonna go see it, but I still want to see a trailer or something. Obviously, it's not gonna come out like tomorrow, but when the day comes, the trailer's ready to be released, I want to see it so I know what I'm getting into. But then there's also movies like I'm excited as hell for Doctor Strange, but some people that don't know who he is, you're a casual fan, the people that usually make a lot of the money that like not they don't make money, they make money for Marvel. Like they come in, they fill in the seats because obviously not everyone loves comic books, but people do love movies. And many people don't know who that guy is, so it doesn't really appeal to audiences, which is why some people are, including me, are scared that it's gonna fail and they're not gonna make a sequel. Not because it's a horrible movie, but because people aren't gonna go see it. But I'm still have my fingers crossed, and I think maybe it will be a good thing. Um, Now the next aspect is the costume. Obviously, the costumes have improved since what they were back then. Some of them, people have still like argued about like the X-Men costumes, about how they're if they're not leather, they're armor, and if they're not armor, they're leather. And well, they fixed that. Now, if you look at the recent trailers, they have their comic book accurate costumes, even more comic book accurate than Marvel has, or even DC. And DC showing us what they can do, especially with the Batman costume, which I gotta admit is amazing. They can also do comic book accuracy. Sure, they sort of. I mean, I like the new Superman costume, and I don't mind that they got rid of the underwear. But if you notice, many people didn't notice this, but the logo from Man of Steel is different from the logo from Batman v Superman. It's a bit different. Not that big of a change. There's more detail in the Man of Steel logo. You can Google them side by side, and you can see that there was more detail in the Man of Steel. And I don't like that they downgraded it so it looks more like the comic books. I like the more detail into the suit, but it's it's the same to me. I didn't really notice it until I started looking really close at the picture. So as long as I can't notice it during the movie, it's fine. Of course, going by those standards, you could also make a movie trash, and as long as I don't notice it, I'd be fine with it. But that's not how it works. It's just a little detail. And also reboots. A lot of people aren't happy with reboots, especially a little one that like the Ghostbusters. People aren't happy with that. I don't really care because I never really got into first sorry, I keep stuttering, the first Ghostbuster movies. I did watch them, but I never really felt like they were like oh, I can't wait to like have children and show them these movies. No, I'm not really like I'm not saying that I'm not gonna let them see it. They can see whatever they want. I don't care much as long as it's not something really bad. But like I'm not gonna say, oh, this was my childhood, because it wasn't, you know. So I'm not really mad about the reboot, but I do see where people are coming from, and I do know that it's not exactly like the original. But again, reboots aren't supposed to be exactly like the original. But there are reboots like the Fantastic Four, going back into the comic book area, that people aren't liking, and they are making a second one. In case you haven't heard, yes, they're making a second one. They did take it down from the roster, but then a couple of days later it got back up with just a different poster. Basically, people are saying that what my theory is that went on there is that they took it down they were gonna kill it, and they saw how much people were like getting happy about. I didn't really care. I was neutral because I didn't hate the movie, didn't love it. I did see its problems, but I did see a couple of good things about it. But it wasn't amazing, you know. It was okay. It was just a movie. Whatever. Move on, you know. But people were like getting happy that it's no longer gonna happen. Some people were getting sad because there are some people that die hard love that movie. I'm not one of those guys, but I do like it enough. Oh, sorry, I burped. Enough to care about it, you know. So I sort of went, oh no, you know. Because what people see as, oh no, that's bad, they're gonna make another one, I see as an opportunity for them to fix what went wrong in the first one, which I'm hoping to make a video on after this one. Actually, that'd be a good video idea. Tell you guys what I think I should fix that. But like after this, obviously, and people sort of went, "Oh no, they're gonna make another one," and other people went like, "Oh yeah, they're not gonna make another one," and then they put it back up like I think a week later with a different logo. It's still the same thing, except that before it just said Fantastic Four. Now it says Fantastic Four, and then it just has a little 2 under the 4, and it looks hella. It looks really stupid because it looks like Fantastic 42, but you know they'll probably name it something like, oh, I got one, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. That one's perfect, right? Yeah, yeah, that's an amazing name. Now away from reboots, there are other movies that are coming out, and they look like they're gonna be amazing. They have potential, including the Marvel and DC ones. I'm mostly excited for the DC ones because I'm more excited to see what they're gonna do with their universe, especially knowing that they're expanding more than Marvel is at the time because they're going more into the galaxy type deal that they're doing with like Batmite and stuff like that, which really excites me. They're bringing in characters that you wouldn't expect. Like, really, who would expect the Justice League to be fighting Batmite? No one. I didn't expect that. I expected someone like Darkseid, you know? But that's not who they're fighting. They're fighting Batmite, and I'm fine with that. Oh, my phone vibrated. Let me just put that on the floor. But I'm fine with that. I'm 100% fine with that. And Marvel still hasn't expanded except for, I guess, Guardians of the Galaxy and Thanos, which is okay. I'm hoping that with Infinity War they expand more on that. And another thing that I'm hoping, I mean, I haven't seen X-Men Apocalypse, but I know that it's not going to do this, but I would have liked to see it because the thing that I love about the X-Men movies is that they're always crossing the line. They're never doing what everyone else is doing. Like the Avengers, oh, they destroy a bunch of shit, right? they destroy a city. Batman Superman, they level a. I'm not. That was a plantation, right? Yeah, that was like a plantation area. They leveled it. You know, not as big of a destruction as Man of Steel, because Man of Steel they did a lot worse. Batman Superman, you know, because they had Batman there, he sort of said, "Oh, let's throw Doomsday over here," and Wonder Woman was like, "What are you doing?" And he's just like, "Oh, there's no people here, and we can level this easily, without like much damage." And she said, "Oh, you're quite smart, billionaire," and what the X-Men movies have never done until now, which I'm happy and excited to see, is that they don't do big city destructions. They don't destroy a big thing, and I guess they did that thing with the Statue of Liberty, but it didn't get destroyed. Wolverine ripped off a little piece of the crown, but whatever. They can rebuild that, right? It's not like it's an important monument of stuff, but you know. And then they did the thing with First Class where it was just a bunch of missiles, and it didn't matter because they blew them up in midair. But there wasn't much destructions. I guess their jet got destroyed, but that's about it. I think one of the FBI facility got destroyed too. Yeah, Shaw did that. Shaw destroyed an FBI facility, and in X-Men: Days of Future Past, they lifted up a stadium and destroyed a little small part of the White House. But that's nothing that big. I mean, yeah, it's the White House, it's something big, but I'm saying like on a global scale, it's nothing really big. And now they're doing it like they sort of went from doing baby steps, and now they're taking the big jump. Because now they're doing the entire planet. It's not only New York or Detroit or Boston or one small city or one small town or something. It's everywhere. According to like the reviews that I've seen from the movie, they destroy a lot, like a bunch of the big landmarks, a bunch of the big things, like everything's just getting destroyed, and I look forward to that. But you know, we'll see how things go. But what I would like to see the X-Men movies is they're dealing with Apocalypse. He's a big guy, or not big guy in the movie at least, but he's a big guy. He's a big bad guy, and he's really hard to take down. And like they're dealing with him, right? And I would like to see a movie where the villain wins. And I think the X-Men would really, they're sort of the franchise to go to when for a villain to win. Cause like it'd be like it ends, Apocalypse wins, he gets what he wants, he starts destroying the Earth, the X-Men have fallen, or at least or they have fallen, and then whatever's left of Xavier's school, like a couple get away, maybe some of them sacrifice each other so like Quicksilver can get a couple of them out, something like that, and then in the second movie, it's like 20 years later in the future, Apocalypse is ruling, everything's going great for him at least, and then they sort of do a thing where now they have they're hunting down the rest of the X-Men because they know they're going to try to do something, and they do try to do something, and they take out the villain, and then like it's sort of like it's hope for the world or whatever in the comic book universe, and I would like to see a movie that goes like that, and that's what I'm hoping for Infinity War Part 1 or Part 2, or at least I was until they said that that's not what they're going to be called, that they are misleading and they're going to be renamed soon, and I feel like they're going to rename it something like, oh, the first one's Iron Man 4 and the next one's Captain America 3 or 5 or 20, I don't know which one they're on, something like that, and then they just won't connect, but I'm hoping that doesn't happen, and I'm hoping you just name like the first one like Infinity War, I don't know, random title, Infinity War: The Quest for Peace, and then the second one Infinity War Thanos' destruction, something like that, That's what I'm hoping, and I'm hoping that either the way they go is that Thanos wins, then the second one they take him out, or in the first one they're just looking for the gems, and in the next one Thanos gets them, and then they need to take him out, something like that, which would be nice. But I want to see a movie where the villain wins, and I want comic book movies to keep doing what the X-Men are doing, break boundaries, Don't do what everyone else is doing it just because they're doing it. I don't really have anything else to say, but I guess another thing would be try to connect the universes. Don't just, I know that you want money, Fox, and I know that you also do Sony, and I know that Sony put on his big boy pants and shared Spider-Man. Sony, like, take after your, I don't know, retarded cousin. Share the Lego blocks to build a better universe. Just come on, we'd like to see Deadpool and Spider-Man do something. I did hear rumors about them attempting to do something, and that would be amazing to see the X-Men, Avengers, Spider-Man, and a bunch of other teams all together in Infinity War, because apparently they're like reaching 109 total superheroes in that movie, and I just find that astonishing because if you count how many superheroes there actually are, it's not 109 in the Marvel universe. So they're gonna bring a bunch of new ones and stuff, which I find amazing. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching my video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.